Alright, what is up everybody? So, this is a little update video here about this truck. So, anybody who's been following my channel for a while, you've seen this truck. I put out quite a bit of videos regarding this truck. But I'm about to be saying goodbye to it. So this is my 1996 Ford F-150 Eddie Bauer. I've had this truck for about, I don't know, probably a little over a year now, like a year and a month. I bought it just the way it is. Haven't changed anything except for the tires. There was all-terrains on here, and now just got a regular street radio up front and a pair of Mickey Thompson ET Streets on the back. So this truck here is probably going to be going to Charlotte in a couple weeks for their like kind of little swap meet show they do, and I'm going to be trying to sell it there. And if that doesn't work, it's going to the Ford show in Carlisle, which I believe is in June. So, the reason I'm getting rid of this truck. The reason is because I'm getting a not new to me 1990 Mustang LX, 505 speed. It's a hatchback car. And it is probably just about as clean as this truck. It's all stock except for 373 gear and a Hurst shifter, Flowmasters. So, basically that car, which I'll put a picture up right now. So that car is pretty much basically how they should have came stock, with a good little shorter gear ratio, 373 gear ratio, Flowmasters and the short throw shifter. That is basically how those Fox bodies should have came factory. So that car was my dad's car. He bought it from a neighbor back when we used to live in Norfolk, and we got that car, and I'll put up another picture of when we first got it. Paint was fading, still had the 273 gears in it, still a stock shifter, and it had a SLP loudmouth exhaust, which I guess are resonators. Neither of us really liked the sound of those that well, so a pair of Flowmasters came on there. So that car, my dad got it repainted, and I helped him. The first Fox body I ever worked on, which I'll also put a picture up here of when we changed the gears from 273 to 373 and did the short throw shifter. But also we got rid of the car and electric fan on it, put a clutch fan back on, factory air box. It had a cold air intake, which is actually now on that car. The cold air intake off the Fox body that's about to be showing up here is now on my blue car back there. But this Fox body is not new to me. I've seen it, I've driven the car, but the only difference is this time around, it's mine. So, this truck, sadly, in order to afford that Fox body, well, for me to afford that Fox body, is gonna have to get sold. So, yeah, this is a little kind of goodbye video. And to anybody who hasn't seen this truck, please go check out my channel, because I have tons of videos on this thing. I mean, it is just very, very well preserved, very tastefully modified. This was a 5-speed truck originally. You can see right here, it's where the cutout was. It's still got the hump, manual transmission hump in there. But somebody put AOD in there when they changed the motor. This was also an inline 6 truck. So, yeah, this is the only thing I really could do without was these gauge pods, but they're there for a reason. I just kind of wish the gauges were somewhere else, or, you know, factory gauges still work. But yeah, I've daily driven this truck for nearly a year now, and I mean it's a carbureted 351 Windsor. The motor has a 560 lift custom grind cam from Cam Motion. The heads are a set of Windsor Senior heads by World Products. So basically, almost the same set of heads I got on that blue car back there. Those are Roush 200 cylinder heads. So they're roughly the same head. They're both by World Products. They're both cast iron, both 202 160 valves, you know, whatever. Basically the same heads. And it's carbureted now, as I said. So it's got a Edelbrock Super Victor single plane intake and a Holley 750 carburetor on it. But back to the interior here. Factory radio. I mean, come on, man. See, headliner, very well preserved. These headliners love to just, you know, sag down and rip. But not in this truck. So that center console, I got a whole bunch of junk in there. You know, B&M ratchet shifter, whatever. Not the best, not the worst, but this transmission still has drive, so it's not a full manual valve body, which is actually very nice. But you know, when I want to get on it, put it in drive, ratchet down twice, puts it in first, and then smack it, smack it. Well, let me go ahead and show the engine. Alright. So, that's the engine. 351 Windsor. I mean, very, very tastefully done in here. Except the microfiber rags, which the old owner put on there because apparently the baffles and the valve cover were cut out, because this thing's got a pair of stud girdles sitting on top of the rockers, which you can kind of see in there, the stud girdles. But you know, the truck still has AC and it works. Power steering, you know, it still has a lot of comforts that you would expect out of just a regular F-150, you know. But you know, I'm just making this video as a kind of a little update. So I'm going to be saying goodbye to this truck pretty soon here. But for what I'm getting rid of it for, it's 100% fine by me. And I'll put a video out on this Mustang when it gets here, which should be later on today. But this Mustang, I mean, this thing is just perfect in my mind of what a Fox body should have been from factory. But yeah, this truck, 8.8 rear end, it's got 410s, posi, some traction bars, which I guess they really do help, because I have never had an issue with wheel hop in this truck. And the coolest part, I think, it has cats, so this thing will just pass inspection. So I say let's fire it up and yeah, I'm gonna take it for one last drive. Get the keys out. 4 chime. Fuel pump. It's I don't know if you can hear it running, but it's running. Just turn that key about that much and it pops off. It's a very, very dialed in engine. It really just always starts. Being carbureted too, this thing is just dialed in perfectly. It's at like a 160. What says the temperature's at? So, yeah, all I'm really gonna do, I'm just gonna go give it a couple pulls and stretch my little hitch for this thing. Go fast in it one more time. I miss driving a Fox body a little bit more, but it's just, come on, I'm never going to find another truck like this. So nicely built, so well maintained, but you know, these things are commodities. They're meant to be bought and sold. It's an overdrive right now, and I'm doing like 65 miles an hour. Let's see how quickly it climbs up. Put a little pull in fourth gear, it was like 80, 82 miles an hour. So I mean, this thing is not the fastest thing ever. Well, it's a great street truck, I will give it that. Reliable, never let me down. smack. About this damn thing. Speedometer on these old trucks cut off at like 85 miles an hour, so you go past that, it's really just guess how quick the hell you are actually going. This thing runs that fucking speedometer out pretty quick. So it's just like a guessing game after you go past 85. Just letting you know that you're getting a reckless driving ticket if you pull over. That stuff flying all out of these little cubbies here. Stuff just flying everywhere. Are you behind me, huh? Let's smoke these tires out, but I guess not. Does shift itself, which again is nice when you're trying to drive like a normal person. Turn signals work. Oh, hello, cop. Maybe it's a good thing that guy got behind me, because I would have probably gotten pulled over. About it. Just wanted to put out a little video about to part ways with this truck, and it's kind of bittersweet, really. I mean, I'm getting this really badass, almost bone stock, just like, you know, what I imagine to be a damn near perfect Fox body Mustang for what I think is a damn near perfect F-150. Like, it's kind of a trade-off, but I'll miss this thing, but I'll definitely be glad to have that Mustang back, because that one over there is giving me issues. It's burning coolant, and I think it's either like an intake gasket. Hopefully it's not a head gasket. And you know, that thing being cammed and having 24-pound injectors, that Fox body, that thing, it's a little finicky. I figured it out. It does start at idles, it drives, but it just starts smoking so bad when it heats up. It smells like coolant, looks like coolant. So anyway, that's about that. Thank you guys for watching, and more content will be coming, and it just so happens that this Mustang is here right now.